This is you, and we're going to be in Habakkuk. And then we're going to be in 1 Corinthians. So we are really moving along here, and we get over here to the 10th chapter of Matthew and see what's going on here in the 10th chapter. Yesterday we had a guy who was forgiven of his sins and was healed. So sounds like sometimes it goes with it. Now tonight I want to talk a little bit about our responsibility as disciples. Well, you say we're not disciples. Well, what are we? I think we are. I don't think things quit. I think things went on. Jesus wanted the laborers into his harvest. That's what he said right at the end of the 9th chapter. And now we're going to see about the 12 disciples, and let's see what he says to them, if anything. And he called to him, this is chapter 10 of Matthew. And he called to him his 12 disciples and gave them authority. Listen to this. He gave them authority. Did that authority come to us? Well, of course it did. He gave them authority over unclean spirits. See, we're in a spiritual warfare. We're in a spiritual world. He keeps telling us to walk in the Spirit, live in the Spirit, set our minds on the Spirit. So that sounds to me like we need to be in the Spirit. Okay, that's Romans 8. All right, and he gave them over unclean spirits. That's us. To cast them out. That's us. To heal every disease and every affliction. That is us. Or you say, no, I didn't, Grandpa. Well, yeah, it is. You can't tell my denomination that. I don't know where they get their Bible, but it must be over at some cemetery, or they call them seminaries too. The names of the 12 apostles are these. First, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew, his brother, James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother, Philip, and Bartholomew. I think Bartholomew is also Nathan, not Nathan. Well, let's don't go there. Thomas and Matthew, the tax collector, James, the son of Alphaeus, Thaddeus, Simon, the zealot, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. All right. Jesus sends out the 12. Jesus sends out Grandpa. Jesus sends out you. Yes. These 12 Jesus sent out, instructing them, go now nowhere among the Gentiles and enter no town of the Samaritans, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And proclaim as you go, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick. Okay, let's believe this. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. You know, the Lord's Prayer is, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse lepers, cast out demons. You received without paying, give without pay. Acquire no gold or silver or copper for your belts, no bag for your journey, or 2 tunics or sandals or a staff, for the laborer deserves his food. And whatever town or village you enter, find out who is worthy in it, and stay there until you depart. As you enter the house, greet it. And if the house is worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it is not worthy, let your peace return to you. And if anyone will not receive you or listen to your words, shake off the dust from your feet when you leave the house or town. Truly I say to you, it will be more bearable on the day of judgment for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah than for that town. Behold, I am sending you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. So be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. Beware of men, for they will deliver you over to courts and flog you in their synagogues, and you will be dragged before governors and kings for my sake to bear witness before them and the Gentiles. When they deliver you over, do not be anxious how you are to speak or what you are to say, for what you are to say will be given to you in that hour. For it is not you who speak, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. You know, yesterday we read in 1 Corinthians 6:17 that those who belong to him are one spirit with God. So our spirit and the Lord's Spirit are one. And we have the Spirit of God working in us. And we have all these powers that Jesus just is giving to us as his followers. Okay, for the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. Brother will deliver brother over to death, and the father his child, and children will rise against parents and have them put to death. And you will be hated by all for my name's sake. But the one who endures to the end will be saved. When they persecute you in one town, flee to the next. For truly I say to you, you will not have gone through all the towns of Israel before the Son of Man comes. A disciple is not above his teacher, nor servant above his master. It is enough for the disciple to be like his teacher. Hear this? Hear this? Why don't we believe it? Let's do. Let's be a people of belief. It is enough for the disciple to be like his teacher, and the servant like his master. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebul, how much more will they malign those of his household? You know, the Lord Jesus came so kind, so gracious, so giving. His words are so wonderful that I don't see how anybody could want to malign us, but they do. It's amazing. So have no fear of them, for nothing is covered that will not be revealed, or hidden that will not be known. What I tell you in the dark, say in the light, and what you hear whispered, proclaim on the housetops. And do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather fear him who can destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny, and not one of them will fall to the ground apart from your Father? But even the hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear not, therefore, you are of more value than many sparrows. So everyone who acknowledges me before men, I also will acknowledge before my Father who is in heaven. But whoever denies me before men, I also will deny before my Father who is in heaven. Do not think that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I have not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to set a man against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a person's enemies will be those of his own household. Whoever loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and whoever loves sons or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And whoever does not take his cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Whoever finds his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. Whoever receives you receives me, and whoever receives me receives him who sent me. The one who receives a prophet because he is a prophet will receive a prophet's reward, and the one who recognizes a righteous person because he is a righteous person will receive a righteous person's reward. And whoever gives one of these little ones even a cup of cold water because he is a disciple, truly I say to you, he will by no means lose his reward. My friend, that is great, great gospel. Now, how can you misinterpret it? We can heal the sick. We can raise the dead. Well, you say, no, I don't think we can. Yes, we can. If you get away from your unbelief, if you start believing. And how do you heal? You say directly to that cancer, die. You talk to your mountain. You talk to it. You believe it. You were wonderfully and gratefully made. I mean, you are so infinitely made, the words escape me. The cells in your body, they know where to go. They know how to increase. They know how to reproduce. They're just, your body is so amazingly made. You're so wonderfully made. And Jesus made you well. And Jesus wants you well. Jesus wants you prosperous. Yes, you're saved by his blood, and you're made whole by him, and you are prospered by him. You're under a covenant in the new covenant that we have, according to Hebrews 8:6. He is a mediator of a new covenant of great promises. Okay, do you understand? Now let's go to 1 Corinthians. We're going to be in the 7th chapter.